All right, everybody, good evening. Welcome to Pub Table Racers. It's the championship show. My name is Tim Packman. Sitting next to me is
Warren Brosell.
Warren Brosell is the newest champion of the group there as of Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Saturday. Austin Cindric won his championship at Phoenix for the Xfinity Series, so congratulations.
Thank you.
To you. And sitting next to us is the...
Here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
The
1993 ASA Championship, the 1995 Xfinity, and the 2008 NASCAR Truck Series champion, Johnny Benson. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good to see you. And our new favorite guest.
So, in honor of tonight, we all wore championship rings from our...
We all wore some type of hardware.
Johnny beat us with his. That's a good one there. So Warren's is from the 18 Cup Series with
young Joseph Logano.
Joseph Logano and Johnny's.
A lot of people love to hate him.
Yeah, but he wins.
I love him.
And mine's from Austin Dillon's Xfinity Series Championship in 13, 14, whatever. And there are 2 rings sitting somewhere that I should have with Martin Truex Jr. at DEI, but no one knows whatever happened to him. So
is that the clock thing? It's the same thing.
What's that? The clock? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for you winning Martinsville, right? Yeah. So anyhow, all right, Warren. Wow, even Peggy joined in from Missouri. Warren, why do we have a bucket of Miller High Life in front of us?
We're thirsty. No.
Yes, we're thirsty. Yeah.
It's because it's our favorite adult beverage to have on our show.
Sure.
And it's Bobby Allison's favorite beer.
And he's our hero.
He's our hero. And
mutual hero, because you mentioned that. That's good.
And this is what we...
Okay.
So how do we cheers this? We
You
have to take it and go, huh?
Grab one.
Dive in.
Grab and
Which
go.
ring should I get with?
Whichever one you feel like showing off. So
where's yours?
mine's coming.
Come.
I started.
Yeah.
No, and nobody's shocked by that at all. So this is the championship show. Johnny Benson, thanks for being on. Warren,
Thank you.
Congratulations on your championship.
Thank you.
Good.
Absolutely.
So we are sitting with a recent champion here. Boy, you don't get this anywhere else but Pub Table Racers, folks. So tonight's show, we're going to talk about the topics will be the Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup Championship took place at Phoenix, how they went down, and we showed our rings. And then right now, we want to remind everybody this show is brought to you and the website by Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms on Brawley School Rd in Mooresville. Go see Brad, JoJo, and Patrick. They've got some great fall specials. They have a couple of Christmas specials going on too. Everyone else is in on it. The game room we said has been redone. Go see him. Some great items he has going there. And we've all been there. That's right. We did a show from there.
Yeah, we did.
Hi everybody, this is Tim Packman from Pub Table Racers, coming to you from Lake Norman Patio and Game Room. I'm coming to you to one of their awesome, incredible pub tables. I'm here with the owner, Brad Doan. Brad, one of our sponsors of the show. Brad, let's take people around and show them exactly what it is you have here. So
Great idea.
Our viewers and website followers can know what you have to come down and get some of these great items.
Fantastic idea, Tim.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this is one of our top sellers. That is all powder-coated cast aluminum. Okay, comes with 4 swivel bar stools.
Gotta have the swivel.
Gotta have the swivel. Actually, a nice footrest down below here. Demonstrate that. This is great 42-inch top with an umbrella hole for your 9-foot umbrella. That's an Adirondack style bar chair. Again, a swivel bar stool, Tim. And that comes in many different color options. There's a few of the color samples right on top.
Very good.
It's marine grade polymer and maintenance free, lifetime warranty, Amish made, Tim, one of our best sellers.
Okay, here's a nice outdoor fireplace, you call it?
Well, that
Fire
is
pit,
a
I mean?
propane fire pit,
Okay.
Tim. Commercial grade, high BTUs, all weather unit. Of course, comes with optional colored glass, which we'll actually throw in and give you.
Ooh.
And many different options on seating around the fire pit.
Very good. So the Adirondack chairs like we see right here?
Yeah, we sell a
Popular
ton of those. Let me
Yeah.
just go over here. We just got about 50 of these in the other day.
50 of them.
These are folding Adirondack chairs with a lifetime warranty out of the marine grade polymer. We have some different pub tables and bar tables outside, Tim.
This one's nice. Everyone can sit right at it together.
Yeah, that's a very nice stainless steel. Of course, painted in any color you want. Built in 4 seats. That's one of our balcony chairs. It's a little shorter than a standard bar chair. And of course, chaise lounges. All different color options on those. 20-year warranty on the chaise lounges.
Okay.
One of the many bars that we sell, Tim. This is a smaller one, a 4-footer. Comes with swivel bar stools. And you can do any color combination. Look at that. That's great. A footrest. Yeah, really great little unit. And we sell a lot of those different colors. These are the bar hide chairs, Tim, in the poly. Here's a vintage bumper pool table that just came in. And here's a video game over here with 60 arcade games built in.
For sale?
For sale.
Oh.
Everything in here is for sale.
Okay.
We do a lot of deep seating as well. Sunbrella fabric, which is all weather.
Perfect.
And lots of options here, Tim.
All right, well, do us a favor, Pub Table Racers, go to lknpatio.com, check out all the great things. If you're in the Mooresville, Lake Norman area, come out on Brawley School Road, near Canvas Back and Oak, come in, see Brad and JoJo, and tell them Pub Table Racers sent you. Thank you,
Yes,
Brad.
Joe. Thanks, Tim. See you soon, everybody.
Also, we're going to help out a fellow racer here. There's a new store in Birkdale called Boots Etc. It's owned by someone in racing, and it's Birkdale across from Ease, down by the movie theater, down on that end. And any now NASCAR members, listen up, this is for you. Any NASCAR member that brings their hard card or their license gets 10% off. So stop in, tell them Pub Table Racers sent you. So we're just doing a little help you there type thing, get the word out about
Can
that.
I ask who? You're not saying?
No, I
Can't
kind of,
say.
it just, I knew you were going to ask me, that's why I'm
All
looking at you like, sorry. But anyhow, you get a discount, NASCAR people, so take your hard card and take your,
I think I got a couple laying around.
what, boots or hard cards?
Hard cards.
I wonder even if it's
gotta be
expired
current.
hard card. Yeah.
I'm sorry, current. Thank you, Johnny. For racers, always getting around the rules,
If you
right?
don't bring your hard card,
great
bring
rule.
Yeah.
bring your credit card.
Bring your credit card, exactly.
That works too.
All right, here you go, guys. We're going to cheer this. Let's go. Let's go. All right,
Right on.
let's launch into it. Also, I got to sip, otherwise I go.
I gotta get another one.
Yeah.
That
Good
one.
stuff.
Warm, we're 5 minutes in.
Well, that one was.
Hot laps.
Hot laps, okay. While we're on a roll of promoting things, folks, just so you know, on our website available, we have our t-shirts and we have our tumblers right there. Go check them out. And our hats, and also my award-winning children's book, Funny Dan, the Race Car Man. We appreciate you going on. We had a couple orders last week, which is nice. Also, hey, Wahoo's there. Wahoo, congrats on the championship of GMS and trucks. We had him on. By the way, happy birthday to the Marines. I think it's the 245th.
So, yeah.
There you go. So Semper Fi on that one. Hoorah! And, the website, go check it out there. Also, we have, if you go on our website and read a story, you're going to see ads up there. Just kind of click on a few of the ads. That helps us out a little bit too.
Right.
Just click on it. We used to do it ourselves, but
It doesn't cost you anything.
Just a
if
click.
we do it, it costs us
a month.
30 days in Google jail.
Google AdSense jail.
So we can't click on our own
I
ads.
found that out the hard way. I got a note. I'm like, what do you mean I'm in jail? I got suspended for what? I didn't know.
Self-promoting, that's what we're doing.
Well, I was
Self-promoting well, I think we oversell.
Oh, we
over
did.
medicated.
We over-clicked on ourselves.
Nice.
And then also our YouTube channel, go there, hit subscribe, watch a few of them. This show will be on probably tomorrow, Tuesday, or what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday at the absolute latest. So enough of the promotion. We appreciate your support. We needed to keep this going. Otherwise, the beer bucket goes empty and Warren turns into a roaring bastard. We don't want that, okay?
True.
Fair enough. We can't even debate that. All right, Johnny, let's get your take. Truck race. You're a truck champion. What'd you think of the race on Friday night there in Phoenix?
Oh, it was pretty exciting.
It was.
There's no doubt. I've
Yeah.
been going through and watching, and the guys coming up through, banging and having fun. And then, obviously when the end came, got real exciting.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, there you are. You're Brett Moffitt. You're done. You're checked out.
even when all that happened, I looked and I go, that wasn't a bad move. I go,
Right.
I think that was the right thing to do.
To stay out.
Yeah.
Okay, so he
Yeah.
stayed out.
Yeah. I mean, especially when the guy who ended up winning it come from 8th or 9th.
Right.
That's kind of unheard of.
Eighth. But
Well, he started on the inside, so
at Phoenix there you have that. They go off into turn one there and it's a zoo.
yeah, I wish they'd change that. But
Well,
it's,
okay.
it's cool for the restart, maybe. But
Okay.
and it really, as you watch, most of the guys as the race got going, they didn't do it. Sometimes
Right.
restart.
Just
so,
on restart thing. Bonsai.
yeah, absolutely. It's a
And-
shorter way there.
And Sheldon Creed
Oh my God.
just like
Crazy.
went in there and he stayed low and stayed low. And then Zane Smith, his teammate at GMS, he followed him right through there.
Right.
And they went, and Moffitt at the restart, he got left in the middle and dumped.
He got kind of balled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got balled up a little bit, and then he hindsight, you see, look at that and go, well, maybe I should have went lower,
Right.
just so at least I'm on the inside entering the corner.
Right.
But you don't know that at the start, especially when they start coming and they're they had so much momentum on them at that point in time. It was crazy.
Yeah.
They had the help of the new tires on the drive to start.
Mm-hmm.
They had the help of the drafting
Right.
with the guys in front of them, and
Right.
then by then they were going too fast.
So you're saying, so when the momentum behind him when they took off, it was already swelling to the point that he was just going to get swallowed up and just through the middle, like you
Yeah,
said?
because he's breaking the wind. The guys are all drafting, and of
Right.
course when they're 3 or 4 wide, that guy back there's got a big advantage.
Right.
And so the speed at the time they got there was way too fast for Brett to do anything at that point in
Right.
time. He couldn't pull down and go in front of him because they would wreck. So-
And you probably need the fresher tires on the bottom because it's
Yeah.
really not a racetrack down there. It's
Right.
really
Yeah.
it's flat. It's
Right.
Well, they didn't have to
Dusty.
clean them.
They-
They were
yeah.
clean coming up the road,
Right.
and
Right.
Brett and them, they had to get them clean. They were warm.
Yeah.
And
He's got to be in the PJ1 maybe a little more. He thought. I don't know. You
I
know
think
what
if you
mean?
would have entered into that corner in the right spot, and maybe the two of those guys on the new tires got held up a little bit.
Yeah.
He had a great shot at it. He really did. But by the time they got down to that corner, it was pretty much over.
And then Enfinger, he was up there too. He got caught up behind Chandler Smith, I think his name is. He got caught up there. It looked like he wanted to go by him, but he didn't know which way to go by him. It's like he got to him and then just kind
I
of
think he was wanting to go the outside. And
Right.
started coming up.
Exactly.
And then that kind of
Went away.
He couldn't stop and turn.
Right.
And kill his momentum. He's done there.
So off goes Sheldon Creed, goes low, stays low, stays low. Zane Smith follows behind a rookie, and then he got out to the front, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like I was like, I got to see these replays, and Sheldon Creed takes the win, and I don't want to say he stole it because he was in contention, being in the final four, the championship four, but he stole it. He just took it. He earned it.
He earned it. But
Yeah.
it's always those scenarios where you come back when you go green, white, checkered. You hear the Cup guys all the time talk about, do I want a really good car in the long run? Do I want to hit the medium? Do I want short runs? They value, they go down and look through the race, the history of the race,
Right.
and they say, okay, if I can stay in a lead lap and I can do this and that to get these short runs at the end, I'll be in good shape.
Right.
And that's part of it too. So
Absolutely.
it just happened to be that those guys pitted because they had absolutely positively nothing
Nothing to lose at all. That's
Yeah.
what they said.
You know.
Quotes after the race. Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
And-
And I still say that Brett Moffitt, they didn't, hindsight is, yeah, okay, but he still didn't do anything wrong. That would have been a choice I would have made at that point in time.
Julio stayed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did that. I did that before
Okay.
to win the championship, but it was at Homestead.
Right.
But I stayed out.
Okay.
And it worked out.
That was the truck.
That was truck.
Truck. Okay.
In 2018, when we went with Joey, it was kind of that scenario. We had a short run car. Truex was leading, pulled away pretty handily, and there was a caution, late race caution. We came in, got tires. Our car was the best car on the racetrack for 30 laps, and he went by. I'm like, Truex came on the radio and said, "What just happened there?"
Yeah.
And that's like, to your point, the crew chief will make a call at the beginning of the weekend saying, all right, what car do we want? What scenario do we want? Do we want short or do we want long? And we stuck with the short run car and it worked out.
And what's that you have on your hand? That right there? Yeah.
That helps.
That helped.
Short run car, long time ring.
Right.
Perfect.
Forever ring.
And then after the race, Brett Moffitt didn't hold back. When they talked to him, he goes, "Yeah, we lost by pitch strategy again." I'm like, he goes, "We can't seem to call a race for nothing." I'm like, what in the hell was all that? Because I get that he was
I
upset,
really don't.
but he was, I don't know.
He beat his guys up pretty good there.
And
I
he said, I don't even know what I'm doing next year.
he's upset.
He's upset. He's disgusted. And then they went to Maurice Gallagher and said, I haven't heard what he said. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
Which is
And
a great answer. But
Well, yeah, that was unfair to say, for one.
sure,
It's probably even more unfair to say because he's a past champion.
right?
They really hold you a little higher standard.
Sure,
When,
yeah.
I get it.
when you do something wrong on a track, you can do something, that guy can do something. You're past champion, you're in more trouble.
But he was checked out. He just had one more lap to go, 2 more laps to go, and he was holding the trophy.
Yeah.
Before the caution
Yeah.
came up.
Yeah.
So I made a little check today. I went over to GMS Racing's Twitter, and every driver follow us for, and they mentioned every driver but Brett Moffitt. So not saying anything's going on there, but not saying
Well, he's
something
also,
is, but,
he pretty much said he doesn't have a ride
Right,
next year,
so I'm
right?
just-
So maybe,
right.
Yeah, and
It's a
I
little
don't
thing.
know, because I know some people there too.
Yeah.
But he had said that he really didn't say that to the guys. They were just surprised to see it on TV.
Sure.
But then even at the fact that I think he was originally going to go do something, and then that fell through. So that kind of put him in a spot.
Right.
You know, puts the team in a spot. If he was going to go do something else, they have to cover their ground.
Oh, sure. Oh, no. I get it.
You know, so I don't know the
You've
whole
been there.
story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody's been
Right.
there.
Yeah.
But it's you know, it's just it was a bad scenario, and he probably regrets saying what he said.
You know,
All right, so
we
okay,
had,
this is from one of the guys on the team, Waddle.
Okay.
Said Moffitt's guys work extremely hard for him.
They
They
did.
didn't deserve that. Okay, so
They did.
There's a little there's little hurt feelings. How's that,
Right.
Waddle?
Little
I wanna
butt
say-
hurt.
Little butt. But it's a championship, man. You race all year to get to that point, and it went away, just like that.
I'm going to say
But
it like
but
this.
did they not still the team wise? They still won, right?
Oh yeah, first and
Yes,
second.
You know,
yes.
So at that point in time, Moffitt should have
company won.
congratulated
Yeah.
the
Right.
company.
Yes, you should have said good for.
And especially Sheldon. And,
Sure.
And the rookie. Oh my gosh,
James
what a
Smith.
great year for this.
Keep an eye on that kid.
I mean,
He
it's
led
just
that.
amazing.
I mean, if he would have pulled off, he said, he goes, what do you say? It just sucks winning. Disgusting finish in second. But he just meant because he was upset. That's how much he wants to win, which
Yeah.
is fine. He wasn't disgusted with
No,
the race. Nobody. It's just disgusting that you know that.
When your guys give you a fast truck all year long, and you have a shot to win that race, and it comes down to green white checker, and the call doesn't go your way, it's not right to bash your guys. It's not.
No, I mean,
You-
I
you know.
think, and he's probably looking at, hold it, we have 3 cars in the deal.
Right.
2 of them did one thing and we did another.
Yeah.
But the decision for what they did was still not wrong. It just didn't work out.
It just
Didn't
didn't work
work out.
out.
No,
Exactly.
it didn't work
That's a
out.
perfect way
Exactly.
to say that.
Yep.
Because if it goes the other way, they look like geniuses.
Right.
Oh my God, he stayed out. Look
I
at that.
thought he had it.
All these other dummies went and got tires. This guy
I still thought he was.
doesn't
in
anybody
good
watch
thought he
it?
was?
You know.
I did.
But
Really
I
did.
just when that restart,
Yeah, I
I
thought
thought-
see him go 5 wide going down.
Yeah.
I thought, well, maybe not.
he went all the way. And like, Edgar finished like 13th, and I think Brett finished 10th and everything. And when it was all
Yeah.
said and done, like what a difference there.
Yeah, I thought that was the right move too. I thought the track position as of late has been more important than
Yeah. You
than-
get your
than-
tires clean, you get ready,
Yeah.
and you better be on top of the wheel, and
Yeah.
you got to go.
Okay. All right, so you're watching Pub Table Racers. It's the championship show. You've got 3-time champion here. How many for you?
well, one
Cup,
cup,
1 cup.
3 Xfinity, a
Right.
truck, 2
And I got a
truck.
late model one.
A late model. You got a late model one, okay.
I got an ASA one too.
Well, covered up on this side.
I just got.
Are we gonna turn this into a
3.
contest?
I know. No, I'm just saying. You're sitting.
I don't have any driving anything.
No,
so.
that's it. No, this guy right here. That's why Johnny's here. We're giving the guy behind the wheel championship perspective. How long did Johnny race? From the green flag to the checker. Thank you.
Most races.
Most races. As much as he could.
First year was
What year?
1982.
82.
Dirt.
Right. And then you wrapped up in.
He's not done.
I don't know if I ever wrapped up really.
Right, he probably.
When was-
Full time, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. When was your last start?
When
Let's
was
go
your
to
last cup start or
Any start.
NASCAR?
truck race?
09.
09. Okay.
So it's been a few years.
There you go. 82 to 09. That's a good run.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up the trucks. I'm telling you that the talent in that series that are coming up and coming and everything, those like the Chandler Smiths and the Zane Smith, all those
Yeah.
guys, it's like they're it's entertaining to watch. I mean, it's just and that's building ground. You hope for the future, right?
Mhm.
Okay, let's go on the Xfinity. And it was said and done. There was Austin Cindric in victory lane, and that came down to a green white checker too. But during the race, you saw Chase Briscoe led. Allgaier was up in there too, and then down at the end, here comes another caution, and they go green white checkered and set it all up.
Okay, so to that point,
Yeah,
Austin comes in to get tires, and I'm watching the race here with my wife, and I'm like, they're screwing up. That's a mistake. I thought I honestly thought they were making a mistake. I didn't realize he was going to come out third.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
big difference
Yeah,
between
yeah.
third and
Yeah.
8th or 9th.
Right.
He came out third, and I'm like, oh, he's got this.
Yeah.
You know, when I seen where he lined up, I'm like, oh, he's got this. That he's going to drive right by him. Now, the 7 didn't have any tires. I don't think I don't
All
think.
guy? I'm not sure if
I don't think he
I don't
could
think he had
pit.
fresh tires on.
No,
I think you're right.
Right. So he was stuck what he had. He was stuck in that box. So, but yeah, I pretty much knew that Austin would
And he did.
handily drive away from him.
So before that, Chase Briscoe, he got caught back and he was working his way up again, and he needed a caution. Unfortunately, the caution was because of him spinning. Left rear went down. Had 6 pounds of air pressure. So he went through. He said, "I just lost it," and he ends up having to pit. And his finish is, not that great. So he ends up 4th after winning 9 races. The sentimental favorite because he kind of got to us this year with just who he is and how he is. And
How he
we
did
had him
it.
on the show, as
Yeah.
we'll brag about that all day long. And he was on, and he said that wasn't as good track, but he also said afterwards he was surprised that he actually led laps there. He thought that was good.
He ran good.
He ran good.
He ran
Just
good.
right
He
up
ran
until
really good.
towards the end there when it went. But
You could see at times that he'd fall back, but then all of a sudden, the long run, he seemed like he was good. He kind of moved around, and there he probably. What if he doesn't like track? That doesn't help.
right,
And if they're off just a little bit, you can see glimpses
Right.
of being good, whether you're on new tires, old tires, where his car was, whether it was a long run or short run, and he was just dealing with what he had to deal with. But when you have starting to have tire going down, no matter if it's 4 or 5 pounds, 6 pounds, it's going to start freeing it up. And he's taking it another quarter pretty good there. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's not going to slow down. It kept sliding.
yeah.
So.
I'll throw this in there, and as an organization, even in the spring race, the Stewart-Haas cars, as an organization, weren't that great. They're mediocre for what you have there. That's one of Kevin's best tracks, and he hasn't been that great with that organization. So it was probably hard for Chase to feed off of their stuff
Right.
to put in his stuff. Now, I don't want to be too pompous here, but in the spring race for us, we were really good.
Right.
Penske was really good. All of our cars were really good there, and they had a plan going back to what they were going to put in the cars, and all of our cars, even Blaney, was really good there. So I think, and they all talked about it. I know Austin Cindric went to Joey and Brad and said,
Yeah, it's good.
"Hey, what do I need to do? What can I do better? What should we do to our car better?" And it worked out.
Yeah.
Worked out for him, not so much for us, but
Oh.
Chase Elliott's also been very, very, very fast there.
yes.
But we'll bring that up in a
Right,
minute.
we'll get it. So when they had that restart went, and you said you didn't like that he got tires, but he restarted 3rd. I thought Noah Gragson was going to be a factor there. I'm like, Noah, what are you doing? Like, I know that you want to win a race, but at one point I thought he's going to screw up for one of the 7 or the 22. I seriously thought he was going to be a poster boy for problem. That's it. Not the most popular driver of the day. How's that? Is that a good way to put it?
That's a good way. I mean,
Okay.
you got to race for wins, but at the
Yeah.
same token, you got to go out there, but you got to be smart on how you
Right.
do it.
Right.
If you get by him, you got to do it with no contact. You got to make sure, and they specifically tell you in these scenarios in the championship thing, don't be the guy to touch him. You ain't gonna like it.
Right.
So
And
I've seen videos of drivers' meetings in the past when it was Earnhardt and Mark Martin going for the championship, and they said, "Guys, you know who's going for it today? I don't want to see you get in him. I want to see you hit him." And then someone said, "Well, what?" And Earnhardt goes, "What if we hit them?" And everyone started to laugh. And the guy, the race director, threw his hands up in the air, and everyone laughed, and they walked out. So, is it so? As a driver, is it kind of like a gentlemanly thing, or is it a
it's 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's on your shoulders.
right?
There's no doubt about it. And I think everybody knows their car at that point in time, especially late in a race. And you know what you can and can't get away with. You know if you fly underneath somebody on wore out tires
Right.
and you get beside on the door, it's going to get loose.
Right.
Okay, well, you give more space. So if you got a guy running up the top and he's running up in the sticky stuff, I guess
Right.
I call it,
Yep.
don't run 3 inches off his door when you're not in it. Be
No.
10 feet off his door.
No, we're
It's
talking
not gonna make a
for
difference.
the championship 4. Are you saying just
Championship
in
four, just
in general?
In general, in that aspect where they're coming down, they're in the last, whatever it is, 1 or 2 races.
Sure.
I mean, it's okay, and they'll tell you it's okay to go in the race.
Right.
It's okay to do this.
Harrison Burton.
Don't be wrecking somebody.
Yeah,
Right.
to do it right. Okay.
And,
Yeah.
So and So we'll get that. So when Cindric, he just made the moves and he went and he just dove low and that was it. He checked out and took that handily and so congrats. You know, his dad's Tim Cindric. So it was a good win for the organization.
Yeah.
You know, Roger was I listened to Roger on the radio. He thanked him. Roger said, "Good job, young man. You earned this, deserved it." So
He did. He's come a long way with his.
could talk about that because he was mainly known for road course.
Right, and he's come a really, really long way with the circles track stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With the, you know, I don't want to just say the mile and a half, but you know, everywhere that he just turns left and not right, he's come a long way.
Yeah,
Really
so
has.
you know, I've seen it through my career where you work with different people and that, especially in the short track stuff, that we get race or road course guys come in and want to do short track, and it's very difficult for them. They view a track as a 3-point corner. We view it as a multi-point corner, and how we break things down. So it's very hard to, or I've seen road course guys. It's very hard for them to adapt to a circuit track. So both both Cindric and Briscoe had amazing years.
Yeah,
And
for
they
sure.
both did good, you know, adapting, although Briscoe, I know, ran dirt and all this, but so Cindric did a good job at being able to adapt into that.
So when you say, okay, I've road raced, and when you say you break it down into more than a 2-part corner, I know what you're saying because
Or 3-point,
it's just
Okay, so
it is.
explain.
So
So on a road racer, he's just going to apex it. He's just
gonna- so he's gonna go up and go like
He thinks you take the corner and you just hit the apex and drive off,
Okay.
and that's
you're
the
going
best
with
way to
right-handed,
keep this.
right.
It's also the best way to keep the steering wheel straight and put the least amount of effort in it.
You know, I've always, with new guys coming in, and you're trying to train somebody, help somebody, coaching them, you know, you always take the 3 points. You got enter, exit, middle.
Okay.
And that's how you start them off. Well, then you get through that, and then they're like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, hold it. No, that's just where we're starting. Now we're going to go.
Yeah. Now
enter
there's 5
here,
Yeah.
here,
There's
here,
5
here.
spots to
And
it.
then we break them down more and more. So by the end of it, it looks like a clock, not just a 3-hand, you know, just not 3 points.
Right.
It's all the minutes in between.
Got it.
And the road racers, for what little bit of road racing I've done, like you say, you got enter, apex, off.
Right. Done.
And it
that
doesn't
should
matter
be your fastest
if it's
way.
a light corner or 180.
Right. But most of the stuff that a road racer does isn't banked either, so they don't.
It's very different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very different. Your approach is different.
Speaking of road racing, we lost Alex Trebek over the weekend on Sunday. You raced against him out in California.
Yes,
And
we went
the
to
celebrity.
I think it was at Willow Springs
Okay.
for testing.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time with him because
What was he like?
awesome.
Really?
I mean, not what I expected.
Right,
You
right.
think kind of stuffy. This,
Right.
he's the nicest guy. And then
Okay.
you know, so he says I shouldn't be doing this. I'm this, that, whatever. And I said, come on, you know. And he wasn't real quick.
He
Then
wasn't
got
like,
better.
what is, I shouldn't be doing this.
Oh yeah, he just said I shouldn't be doing
Oh,
this.
okay.
There was no, you didn't have to answer another
Yeah,
question.
yeah. He was pretty straightforward. Yeah. So, anyways, as the
Drunk. What are we
weekend
going to
go-
get tonight?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who is
fun.
Johnny Benson?
Yeah. We worked through all this stuff, and then I just told him, I said, look, race day, I go, just don't hit nothing, don't wreck, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he did. And he ended up fine because everybody else wrecked.
Good. All right. So
But he had a great time.
I
He
saw
was
a
great.
picture that was posted in your Johnny Benson page, so I thought, oh, that's pretty cool, so I want to bring it up.
Well, what's cool is when Toyota had their banquet, I guess, after
Right.
the weekend, he went up, they had an MC,
Okay.
but when Alex Beck got up there, he became the
I was
MC
just gonna
and
say-
covered the rest of the event. And he was incredible.
Perfect,
It was
I'm
so
sure.
much fun.
All right. That's good. Perfect.
That's one of my favorite shows too of all time. You know, as probably from 6th grade up, you know, till I'm adult watching that show
Yeah.
because you know, if you get a couple of them right, you're like, geez, I'm pretty
I'm pretty good. I can go out
The
there.
answer right to start with.
They do.
I got a couple of loves to give out. Darnell, hi. Barbara Benson wants to know, it has to be a current hard card. I assume so, Barb, for if you want to go to Boots, etc. Colleen, hello. Moss Caballero. For Johnny, I know you mentor Carson Hosevar, is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Truck racer. What do you see from this season that will prepare him full time in 21?
Oh my gosh. It's going to be tough because
Brad Jones on. Hi, Brad, from Lake Norman. Penn.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Hey,
Nice.
Brad. Yeah.
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you, Brad. I'll see you this week.
It'll be interesting because you know he ran the X amount of races
Right.
this year, but again, no practice, no nothing. You're going straight in tracks he hasn't been to, trucks he hasn't obviously driven. and don't even know where to start.
Right.
You know, he did run a couple races last year where he did get practice, things of that nature. And it's that fine line of, you know, I keep telling him, look, you got to have this thing loose. And then work your way the other way. Don't start off tight because you can't never get out of it.
Got it.
And so I think that learning aspect was tough on him this year. But I got hopes. I mean, he ran good at some of the races. He struggled at some. He ran good at others.
Okay, so that's good. I think it's really cool that you take all everything, your knowledge. You just don't like walk away and sit there and stare at your trophies and sit in your shop and go, that was great. But you take the knowledge and you share it with younger generations and teach them.
You try to. I mean, I've helped people along the way. I've helped a lot of guys, or some of the guys, newer guys coming into NASCAR when they, you know, go to the track, help them out, what to expect. You know, I've done that with many drivers, and I haven't done it lately.
Got it.
But because I think a lot of things have changed and things of that nature that they might. I told one the group wanted me to come do it, and I says, I really think we need to get somebody that's a little bit more current, because they're going to have a little bit better idea, unless they went and drove it for a little bit to try to figure it out.
Well, that's you just need to race a couple times so you can help these guys.
Well, I should, but
Get in a truck, shake it down for him.
Yeah, there you go.
well, I did that. I did that with Spencer Gallagher.
You're out, you're in Benson. You're a lot faster than our guy.
And we went to Mooresville, and I got in the truck and
ever see that?
I ran quicker.
What was that?
And
Just use your ring to open a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Holy redneck, Batman!
I was going to do that.
We're running out. I'll get some more.
We're gonna get some tea in a cold. No, yeah, we haven't had to do a beer run in a while. I was kind of expecting.
We're gonna do.
We're halfway through.
It's championship.
Championship night. That's right. Yeah, it's a champagne of beers. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So it is different. I went on a short track. We went there. I ran quicker. We worked on that. We got a little bit better. Then the guy's like, "Well, let's go to Atlanta." I go, "Dude, unless you let me run a few laps before we get here, because this is when that big bar stuff come up."
Right.
And they go, well, I don't know. So anyways, I went out and ran about 4 or 5 laps, and I was like, I changed a lot of stuff, but I says, but I'm not used to this style.
Truck.
Right. At that time, with the big bar. And it was a little bit newer for them too.
Right.
So they were struggling. I go, look, I'm not going to go out and run more laps. I'm not going to put it out on the edge and wreck your truck.
Right.
I would if you're going to give me a couple sets of tires, but not just, you get 5 laps, go run wide open. So so I made some suggestions, I made some changes. They did go quicker, but I couldn't help any further than that.
Got it. Okay. It's good. Well, I just think it's great that you helped these guys.
That's fine.
All right. On to Cup. So Warren here, our co-host and friend, had 2 of the 4 championship 4 in there.
50-50 shot.
50-50 shot. 50% shot. Pre-race inspection, Chase Elliott fails twice. Back. Oh no. Drama.
For what I don't. Do you know what? I haven't got. I got to dig a little bit.
That's it. But
I got to.
He went through twice, failed it. So I said, "You're starting with the back." I'm
Make
like,
some
wow.
phone calls.
Okay. And I saw that. I go, this will be interesting. So they go out there and he races his way up, and you can see on Twitter, he's up to this, he's up to that.
The thing was screaming fast.
That was quick.
I think so. So then it was Hamlin and Kozlowski and Joey, and you guys were leading. You were led a lot of laps there. And
before he got there,
all of a sudden it's like, oh, where'd that guy stand? So, but he just put together a good race, pit stops and everything, and it was like, and then Brad was really fast at the end there.
Brad was actually faster in the spring than Joey when he got some damage, and Joey ended up winning.
Right.
But both of them cars, actually, all 3 of our cars, even because Blaney ran.
Right, Blaney, he ran well too.
He ran up there too.
Yep.
All of our cars were good.
Yeah.
Those 2 were really good. Chase was in a whole nother league by himself. I give them guys kudos. Yeah. They did their job. They did what they're supposed to do. You're going to win a championship. You put everything out there, and if they knew whatever they were doing that they needed to do, and they started in the back, if it helped them or not, whatever. But the car was fast. That didn't matter. He drove to the front, and he earned it.
He did. Starting at the back helped him.
Yeah,
it didn't help him obviously in the beginning.
Right.
But he ran on places of the track he probably not would have done if he would have started up front.
Okay, so explain that real quick so people want. How did it help him starting there? Because he had opportunities.
Well, no, okay, the only thing that helped him, not starting at the back. Starting at the back never helped.
No, I understand it, but I'm just...
But what helped was going through slower traffic, passing guys in areas that he probably wouldn't have done during most of the day.
Got it.
And he did that more than once, I think. I mean, he got set back a little bit. At one time, I think, went back. Anyways, so he's running at the bottom of the track. He's doing slide jobs. He's doing all that stuff at a slightly slower pace in the beginning at the front of him. So he started building up to what he could and can't get rid of. This is as a driver. You feel like what you can get away with.
Right.
Well, I'm going to run down here because they're already 2 wide. You're 3 wide.
Right.
I'm going to go down the apron. I'm going to cut through here. I'm going to see what happens. And he felt, at that point in time, he goes, you know what, that actually feels pretty good down there.
Okay.
So he did that through the race, but then also the knowledge he got is, what was his tire wear? What were the problems he was going to have if he tried to do this at the end of the race? That happened at the beginning of the race.
Okay.
For him and the team. They got to evaluate a lot of things that the guys running up front didn't go through.
So
I think that was...
They're running one line, he's running the whole track.
He's running 3 lines.
So he can figure out what he's going to need later.
What he could get away with.
Okay, that's good.
Just strictly what he could
like
get
he's
away with.
having a mini test session in
can
the
I
middle of
say
a
it like
race,
this?
right?
Can I say it like this? Is Johnny's a driver, and correct me if I'm wrong. He was finding all the sweet spots.
He knew where they were. Time he got to the front, he knew
Sweeter
where
for him.
Right.
Yeah, for him, not
For him.
It may not have worked for anybody else, but because you're not going to go into the race and you get to last 50 laps of the race, unless these guys absolutely positively had to go down there for. They're not going to go down there and search for that.
Right.
He went through all that searching on the way out there.
He found all the good.
There's
on his way to the front.
Yeah, and I had that happen at Phoenix when the year we won the championship. I sat on a pole there, spun out on the first lap, had to start last, and I found areas that you wouldn't normally run. That all of a sudden you go, I can get away with.
You were like,
this.
ooh, that's pretty good. Huh?
Yeah, so I could save that one. I'll use that later or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that was a positive. I mean, because he ran lower a lot longer in areas that guys didn't do because he found that out earlier in the day.
And he just took off. See,
Earlier in the race.
this is why Johnny Benson
good insight.
champion,
Right.
insight champion. The guy, he
The car's good.
He didn't pay anything for
Right.
this.
But
I know, but your
Chase did a
insiders,
good job.
He did.
Absolutely.
He was just smooth. And then at the end, I'm like, he's going to pull this off. I mean, he had a race his way in at Barnesville.
Yeah.
He did that. And then the other guys, like, I don't know, Hamlin, he just kind of was there, but he wasn't there all day. And like the last few races, he kind of wasn't a factor like he was in the middle of the year.
Not like the other.
No, the other
So
guys.
let's look back in the middle of the year, and where was Denny good and where was Kevin good? Right, they were good at them 1.5 mile cookie cutters. We happen to be good at the shorter, Richmond, New Hampshire, Phoenix.
And Denny was strong in those areas too. Where Harvick, I think, as a whole, was
kind of struggled.
Well, he was good, but when it come to count, they weren't
Right.
quite as good.
Okay. So, and then at the end there he was winning, and I got to tell you, it was kind of like, wow, this kid at 24 years old, he's 20 days shy of being 25.
It was cool.
A legacy, and you see Bill, Bill was out there, the 1988 champion, and it was kind of like the feel-good finish. And
Well, it was.
and
I mean,
that's the story on the
this is
website.
the COVID feel good.
Yeah.
Let's get a vaccine.
well,
finish.
the other guys have all been.
Ow!
Well, yeah. 2 of them have won championships.
Right.
The other one's been in that situation
Just
so
hasn't
many
closed.
times.
Yep.
And Chase hasn't been in that situation.
Right. So he, but
I think he felt he had nothing to lose. You just go
None of
do
those,
what you
that's
gotta
it.
do. He didn't know any better, right?
The expectations weren't on
Yes.
him as they were on. But I will give credit to Brad and Joey. Their post-race interviews together, they were classy. They were awesome. They were like, you're sitting there going, that's good to see.
They're past champions.
They're past champions.
Past
Yeah.
champions,
But they
and
know
you
that
work
they're
for
in.
Roger Penske.
There you go. And you're not
And
going
you shave, you tuck your shirt in,
Right.
and you act like
wear
a
your black
human
pants
being.
and black shoes.
Right.
White
And
shirts.
I don't think I don't think anybody ever had a problem with Chase or where it would be an issue.
No.
Really, I mean,
No.
it was a
No.
real good thing.
No.
I mean, you got Bill,
65 years old.
wins championships,
Right.
wins tons of races, and this and that.
16-time
It
most
was
popular
awesome.
driver.
It was awesome.
And then his kid now is the most
Passed
popular
on,
driver.
Yeah.
So, but I think cool thing was when he got out of that car, and he didn't take any of this for granted. And there's I think a well-written story on pubtableraces.com that might talk about that. While you're there, click on
the
ads. Please. Anyhow, but it was just how he got out of the car. He went like that. He put his head down on the hood. On the roof, and he sat there for a minute, like, wow, I can't believe this just happened.
Hood, roof. We'll
No,
go over
sorry,
some
no.
of this stuff later if you wanna.
Thanks, Lord, I appreciate that. How many fingers am I holding up down here?
They both got cowl flaps on them. They're both really good.
Anyhow, you mechanically inclined guys. All right, we're gonna write press
The thing
releases.
up on the top.
Then we're gonna write press releases after that. Okay, fine. Let's see how that goes. Anyhow, but I just thought it just showed how much it meant and how he was absolutely stunned by what took place.
I think he's both. Obviously,
Yeah.
very emotional.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
Anytime you win a championship,
Right.
it is emotional. No matter how you look at it. I was pretty emotional watching him win this, just
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him in the garage here.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
you.
a little
Right,
kid,
And he
yeah.
was a kid. He hung
Yeah.
out with my kids.
Right.
And you just watch that process happen,
Mm-hmm.
and Bill being, laid back
Sure.
and this and like it was funny when he said, when they pulled those things back, he says, "You only got to beat 4 guys. Don't worry about it."
Right. Yeah.
You know?
You only gotta be.
You only gotta be 4 guys.
That's it. No big deal.
And
Yeah.
and he's got plenty of opportunities. So, how much pressure you put on himself as a racer,
know.
it doesn't matter.
Right. So
Yeah,
now he's a
but-
champion. Now he's like, okay, I got that, and he was an Xfinity Series champion too. Which,
Was he?
yeah.
He was? Okay, 'cause
Yeah,
I was trying to look it up. I didn't know he was.
Yeah, he was, and he
Okay.
won that. And
I thought he was, but I wasn't.
now he's a Cup champion at 24.
That's awesome.
So what's ahead? So, and also one thing I thought was cool is that Jimmy Johnson finished 5th. So he finished behind the 4 guys, and he went out with the top 5. And I thought, literally, you want a passing of the torch moment is when they brought the cars like this and they high-fived each other, shook hands. It's kind of like that was very symbolic. In a lot
Torch
of
has
ways.
definitely been
Yeah,
passed.
like here you go, buddy. You're
That's
it.
13 for Rick.
13 Cup championships.
Man, is that crazy?
That's
So it's
incredible.
7 from.
I don't know. I see
4
that.
from Jeff. So there's 11.
There's a
Labonte.
Terry Labonte one in there.
Or 2 of Terry Labonte's?
I don't know. I
Oh,
seen it on. I
okay.
seen it on social media, and I haven't
I got
counted.
that's fine. But it was wow. But it was,
Well, there's 7 from Jimmy.
Right.
No, and-
and then it's 11 from 4 from Jeff. But it was just good, and like you could hear the crowd, and the crowd was just loving what they saw. Even probably people that were like, I want to say rooting against him, but rooting for that guy. Like, my guy got beat, but you know what? That's pretty good right there.
That was way cool.
We started the season with the hearts in our throat in Daytona with Newman, and we ended up with our heartstrings tugged with Chase Elliott
Right.
winning the championship.
Yeah.
So
And Jimmy walking
and
in
Jimmy
there at
walking
the
out.
end.
Right.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
At
that
the
was
end, the emotion.
Yeah,
there
he knew,
is,
yeah.
there's
This
a lot
is
of
such
good
a class
things.
act.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
amazing. Yeah.
And a great athlete. The
Yeah.
guy rides a bicycle from here to Guam. And
And
then
then
gets in a
through the
race.
Okay, so we had a question from Darnell. We all know Darnell. Haircut brought to you by Darnell. How do you feel about Chase will do in the 14 next year? Chase Briscoe.
It'll be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think you'll do good? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it going to be good compared to your top 5?
No.
Probably not. You got
Right.
such a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
I've always said it actually. I saw actually a funny thing about that. But if you take a flight of steps, you do a late models, you go boom, boom, boom.
Right.
You're 5 steps up, and all of a sudden you go in the cup. Well, guess what? That's a big
2
jump.
floors up.
It's on a
If
20th
you walk
floor.
up
Right.
steps and you skip a step, they know that's
So, which he's done. So
Yeah.
he did the steps.
yeah. But he's doing it. He did the 1 step, then he's skipping a step.
Right.
Okay.
As far as the challenge
Sure,
aspect.
I get it, yep.
But at this point in time, it's only 1/3 the way up steps, so the cup's
Right.
at the top. So it's a big jump.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's look back a little bit, and I will take nothing away from Chase, but let's look back at Daniel Suarez. I'll say the Dillons.
Right.
I'll say Eric Jones.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
These guys that were super
Champions.
successful. They were on fire.
Yeah.
In the trucks and
Yeah.
Xfinity, and you get humbled quick in a
Yes.
cup.
Welcome to Cup.
And I hope he does well. I hope he does great. We need more young guys to do good.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some passing of the torch stuff going on, like
But a lot of them too early.
Yeah.
So Jimmy's leaving, Clint's leaving. There's 2 guys that run the top 10
Yep.
normally
15 and
every week. So
in their personality.
someone else is going to move up. There's going to be other drivers that run
Right.
15th or 12th that everybody
Moving up a spot.
you leapfrog a little bit. You leapfrog a little bit, but you're still now got these guys like Chase, like Joey, like Brad, like Denny, like Kevin that you still have to race against. You know, are we just maybe narrowing it down to only 5 or 6 guys that are really gonna that are gonna leave everybody? You know, and then you got these, you know, this 10th, 15th kind of group. You know.
So a couple years ago, I was watching a Pocono race in the top 10. Like, I was almost over. I'm like looking, going, kid. I'm like the young. It was 6 out of the top 10, and you're going. And one was like Chase Elliott, and other guys. And you're like, wow, that's changing of the guard. And you know, we've seen it. You've lived it. Mm-hmm. Tom Beatty, our buddy up in New Jersey, says, "See, you can't find this kind of racing insight knowledge anywhere but pub table racers." Yes, I need another beer too. Thanks for asking, Warren. Have at it, Tom. And you got your tumblers too. So we answered Darnell's question. Anybody else have any questions? While you're here, this is one of the things I want to ask you. So you're in a race. Let's take the Truck Series Championship. Comes down to the end. You got to race your way. You got Hornaday. You know, you're chasing him. You know, keeping him at bay. When you finally cross that finish line and you realize you're the champion. What kind of goes through as a driver? Because you're there by yourself. There's no crew guys to hug. Like, we see the crew jump up and down. We see the crew chiefs. But you're locked into your seat in that truck.
You are, but there's too much. It really happens. You know, you're going through the entire year.
Right.
So it's not just that race. It's every race. So that builds up all the way to this last race. Mm-hmm. Now, the championships that I've been in the past, I've had them where they're tough fought.
Right.
And then I've had them where they weren't. Mm-hmm. Well, in the case with the truck going down there, it was very similar to how the chase is because we went in there 3 points apart.
Right.
So whoever finished in front of whoever, we didn't have to win the race like these guys.
Right.
You just got to beat the other guys. So our race started off horrible. Hornaday was really fast. We were okay, and we couldn't stay with them pretty much the whole race. At times we could compete with them, at other times we can't. But it come down to some pit strategy at the end where I didn't pit at the end,
right?
And he did, and it was a deal where, and we were going back and forth on the radio, and I was like, they were like pit, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna pit if he doesn't,
right?
Because I'm already behind him. But if he's going to come down pit road, I'm not coming to go on pit road because I've done this all day.
You want to
stay behind him, so I didn't come in. We didn't plan on coming in.
Who was your crew chief?
Troopers.
Okay.
And I was like,
for Stuart Friesen.
Yeah. So as I went by, I just said, "Sorry guys, I'm staying out. I ain't going. I can tell you if I came in and got tires, where we'd be at. Like it was all day.
Right.
Still
behind. So we're going to go down.
You had to do something different.
And it was tight. It was this. We beat it by 1 spot.
What's that over there?
And it was just one of those things where
I'm gonna go get some.
I know you are.
I did during our commercial break.
No, commercial break. Go ahead. Sorry. Anyhow, go
So,
ahead.
anyways, when the race is done,
Right.
that whole year collapses on you.
Like emotionally, or just kind of
Just the whole thing.
Okay,
It's just like,
sense of relief.
yeah, I mean, you didn't fall down the flight of
Right,
steps, but I
so.
mean, you just all of a sudden you lay down, you fell right to sleep, bam, done.
Okay.
The
Right.
year's done. You're happy. You're emotional at that point in time.
Sure.
And then you're like, I really just want to get to where you need to go. See, when you don't win the race, you got to wait.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
So
I remember that. We did
Chase
this
got
story.
lucky. He won the race.
Well, that's what it was.
So
So
went straight to victory lane.
No.
So I'm just sitting on the backstretch waiting for Top 9 to go through all this
That's right,
victory
because
lane
he won the
stuff.
race. Because I think Truex 1 year won. Someone won, and we had to keep him up there.
Yeah.
And then we had to bring him in, and the whole thing. But
Yeah, so that part was...
So what's going through your mind while you're sitting there? Are you just kind of like taking in that when you're by yourself?
Well, you're taking in that moment.
Right,
No
okay,
doubt.
yeah.
Okay, that part it's emotional because it doesn't matter. Winning
Right.
a race is emotional. Winning a championship is huge.
Sure.
And so you're going through that part. You go through the, oh my God, hitting everything you can, bump fisting, yelling, screaming on the radio,
Right.
to all of a sudden it's like, boom.
And you're just sitting there by yourself.
And then all of a sudden you're all of a sudden at the emotional side of it,
Okay.
going, oh my God, this has been an amazing year. You've worked with great people. You've done this. You've done this. You've done this. You go through that, and then you wait. So now you're just sitting there going, now what?
Because you want to get out.
You want to get out.
You want to get out, and you want to celebrate,
Right, yeah.
and you want to grab maybe a better.
Although I did do about $2,500 damage to the pace car. That was kind of cool.
What'd you do? What?
I told him I was going to, I told the pace car driver I was going to push on his door and do a burnout.
Okay.
So I chased him on a backstretch a little bit. They got part of it on film, but not really.
Look
So
at
then I went
I didn't
nose
know
to, I went nose with him. So
At
he's
the
sitting
pace
there
car.
holding on the brakes,
Got it.
and I banged it through gears. Where every time I banged through gears, it kept
Switching,
spazzing.
switching. And who was the pace car driver?
Oh gosh, who was driving it back then?
Otten?
No,
Not
it was,
Todd, not Brett. No.
he was the
Oh, that's right. Okay, yep.
director. So
That's
I can
fine.
picture him. I can't think of it.
There was
Anyways.
there was a stint there when in NASCAR when the pace car used to get beat up pretty good.
A lot.
Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Everybody
Right.
had, they would bump them,
Right.
they would store them, they would.
He kept
there
saying,
was a-
"Don't do it," until I chased him around.
Yeah, yeah. There was
Right.
there was about a 10-year deal there with a pace car guy.
We were getting
the
them
final
under,
race.
not under green.
No, under caution.
But you're talking about like after the championship, right? Or just in
I
general?
talked.
No, in general.
Oh no, in
Oh,
general.
okay.
I remember
Oh, yeah.
that. I remember that.
So anyhow,
awesome.
perfect.
Till
That's
airbags
awesome.
came out, you could.
Yeah, because they had to put safety precautions in. Too funny. Beer run. Someone says we need a beer run.
We're going,
It's
don't
just
worry.
right there. It's just right there. We're good. We got 10 minutes left here. We're good. All right, real quick. The year in review. I mean, I'm going to give kudos, and Warren and I talked like we're not trying to like kiss butt, but kudos to NASCAR for getting in the whole season.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they had to do Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, 3 races at Darlington,
Double Darlington,
Darlington,
double
double
Bristol, double here,
But you know
double
what?
there.
But when they got to the 10 to go,
Yeah,
they were caught up.
They were caught up,
They were
and
caught
they were
up,
on time.
and they were on time, on
and-
schedule. So the 10 races that everyone planned for the
That was
for the
incredible.
playoffs, and
Yeah.
then they went into it and like, wow, and they got it done. Yeah, there were some cases of COVID, but they sequestered, they got rid of, they did what they had to do,
Right.
prevented outbreaks. They switched pit crews this weekend for guys because they didn't want to spread it. They did the right things, and the TV partners and everyone kind of did their part, and everyone worked together to do it, and the crew guys did. And I think it was phenomenal. They got it in the way. they did.
Yeah, I'll say it like this because, obviously I'm unemployed if this doesn't happen.
Right.
Or, collecting unemployment.
Sure.
But they did a great job. They let us get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody did what they were supposed to do. We all did what we were told.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
you-
Because they.
Whether you liked it or not, you do what you're told.
Right.
And
Right.
if something would have went wrong, then it's not on them.
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
somebody outside of NASCAR could have really changed
Yes.
how the season went.
Yeah.
So you got to do what you got to do, and
They
but
worked-
everybody did good. Like I say, NASCAR getting done. Obviously,
Yeah.
the track's got to do all
The
this.
team owners.
But even the TV.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did their part.
we all been there. And you watch what
Yep.
they do and try to get these tracks ready
Sure.
with
Yeah.
all the wiring and all that, and doing it with less
Oh,
camera,
yeah,
less
Jesus,
people.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible.
And then the whole the way they did interviews and the mask. So they did protocol, and then they had to work with the local authorities for every track they went to.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that
it's
was,
like
that was
every-
the outside
right.
part. That
So you
could've-
go from Atlanta, and then you go to Bristol. It's like that's a whole different state and a whole different county
Rules.
And
they
different
did it.
rules, right?
Yeah. different rules.
What I did like about what they did is, and I'm not taking anything away from any of these places,
Right.
but all right, Watkins Glen, what's the deal? Nope,
Nope,
can't-
lost
oh,
that.
All right, we're going here.
Going here.
We're gonna do this
it at
instead.
Daytona.
Yeah,
But they had to play along. You had to just like, do you sacrifice one for the whole? That's pretty much what it was,
yeah.
It was a great year. It was fun.
I mean,
It was a great year.
fun.
I want to get back to something like Johnny's talking about. With the championship thing, for me, it took me 20 years
Mhm.
to get a cup one. And it takes a week for it all to really, for me, it took the whole week for it
Yeah.
to like soak in.
Right.
That, because you do this your whole life. You work your tail off
Right.
to get where you're at. It doesn't happen. You
Right.
finish third, you finish fourth, you finish 15th. Finally, you get one and you go, it's almost like a
It
relief.
is.
Right.
It's that fall down.
It's
And the funny thing is like when it's done, you enjoy that week,
right.
and then all of a sudden it tapers off, and then but when you get back to the track,
Right.
then you're the past champion.
Yeah,
guy.
and it feels
starts
pretty
back
good.
up again.
It does
Okay,
start
that's
back
pretty
up.
cool.
Then
Yeah.
you have a big target on your ass.
Yeah.
in the back,
But
so
yeah, well they had it on here all the year before. So,
when Truex won the one championship, so I was doing his PR at the time. And like they put us on this hellacious media tour, and he's like, I don't want to do this. I want to do it. Fine. I go, Martin, you have to do this. You won the championship. That's why you get the trophy, the check, the accolades, and everything. You have to do this. And he goes,
Right.
I have to? Yeah, you have to.
If you want to do it again,
Yeah, if you want to do it, and then you have
Right.
to, but it was just, it was cool. to
Otherwise,
do
I'm
it.
not going to ask you to come
Yeah,
back.
and the banquet and everything, and you know, the one year Lisa Marie Presley was there, and I got to hang out with hers. And that was kind of cool. Do we have the wings here?
We do.
Throw them in there? Oh my gosh. We emptied a bucket. We can't even blame it on Johnny.
Get beer while you're there.
I'm
gonna go get it.
What's that? Get beer while you're there. So, as you reflect back and
Those are hot.
you look, oh, they're like heat hot? Okay. You know, you look back on those and like, so you've had years to reflect on your championships, chases, 3 days into it. Did you see they went to Dawsonville? They took a car to Dawsonville. They did a parade down the middle of the street. They did burnouts in front of the fire hall. They went to the Georgia
That's
Sports Hall of Fame. They had a big thing. Like, I don't know if they had it like kind of pre-planned, but if they did, they had to put that together real quick. Another person I want to congratulate is Morgan Hollers. That's her maiden name. She was someone who I had met at the track, and she was doing PR for tweeting for Goodyear. And I met her and I said, hey, would you like to do some PR? So we brought her into RCR. I worked with her a little bit. And so to see her become a championship
Oh, so you helped
public
her?
relations person. And I sent her a
I
note
know
today.
Morgan.
Yeah, she's amazing. And
Nice
happily
girl.
married now and everything. But it's one of those moments as you get older, like you mentor someone. And then I thought that was pretty cool. So Morgan, congrats you. Oh, this is mine. So you, Morgan, on the public relations side,
Put that next.
it's the most unsung person sometimes, but I think it's awesome you did it, and congrats. So enjoy it. God, I hope you get a big fat ring or whatever they give you. I think the girls' pendants.
Sometimes the girls get pendants.
Yeah, I take the ring
Yeah.
all day long, obviously. Anyway, where we at here?
You'd look good in a pendant.
Anyhow,
Where's your time?
what's
Where's
that?
your minute button?
I'm good. We're good. Somebody had
What
a
are
question here. I
these?
missed that. These are
I
from.
can tell by looking at
They
them.
don't have no sauce on
They're
them.
from Iron Thunder. Well, you don't have
Yeah,
as I
they're
get
honey.
them.
They're honey.
Go, oh, look at this. He's pretty good. Honey what? They're Honey Habanero from Iron Thunder.
The eyes would say.
Exit 36 in Mooresville there.
I like that place.
I know you've
Love
gone there
that
once or twice.
Yeah.
Right, Nicole? Once or twice? You go once or twice, yeah. They walk in, they go, Johnny!
It's him.
That's right. Last time. Yeah, that's the first time.
Do they still have lingerie night?
Plate.
I don't know.
Yes, I do.
Is the plate hot or the wing hot?
Yes, the plate's
Plate.
Okay,
really
don't touch,
hot.
don't
Here.
touch the plate. Oh, the wing's
That's
hot?
already here.
The wing's
Nah,
hot.
honey habaneros are not. Let's see. Let's get
These
one.
are pretty tasty.
Oh, they're pretty tasty.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. They look naked, but they're pretty tasty.
I had to redeem myself. I'll give the flavor
I can't believe there's a
3.8.
Detroit Lions cup in my house right now.
Nicole has one. Okay, so Darnell, who's won championship, says, Darnell Todd Manley says, the women's ring is too small, go pendant. I've seen she has a big pendant she wears. Matthew Lauren Filion says, what you looking forward to in 2021 for NASCAR Bristol Dirt Race new road courses?
New road courses for me.
Okay, which ones?
Road America for sure.
I know you are, she said. Me too.
I'm gonna just throw this out. I think that dirt race is gonna be kind of a joke.
You do?
Yeah.
They thought that with the trucks the first time too.
At
It was awesome.
Eldora, yep. But,
I think if we would have had the cup race at Eldora,
right,
it would be awesome.
wow. I'm going to fit them.
It's gonna. Where's it gonna be at Bristol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it fit them? You do the trucks there.
No, I mean the crowd.
You just put them all the way around the place.
Just take them up.
Yeah.
What about COVID? Just sit on people's shoulders and stuff.
There'll be no COVID anymore.
That's right. The go away from
There's a vaccine coming out.
Right. Thank God. I'm looking forward to the dirt race at Bristol. I really am. It's something different. And it's gonna be like, okay, Cup guys, let's see what you got here. And the guys with experience, will they be better? I don't know, but it's one of the few races they're doing practice and qualifying for.
Kyle Larson will wear everybody's ass
Oh
off.
my God! Can you imagine? Yeah, we got Carl Larson coming back. So you throw him in the Hendrick thing. You know, Chase Elliott's going to win a bunch. I'm like, you better look at the 5 car there. That kid's ready to. I don't want to say redeem. Yeah, he's ready to redeem himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You can say
totally
that.
ready. Because he's like, okay, did what I did, but I'm back. I'm ready to go racing again. That's good. Eldora's good. That'll be a good one. Let's rate the wings here, kids.
I'll get 8.5 on them babies.
Oh,
Easy.
perfect. Off the chart. The meatiness is good. I like that.
What are you going to?
I'm going to go with a 4.2 on the meatiness.
You go 4 even.
4 on the taste.
I'm going 4.
Oh, is this 0 to 5?
Yeah, 0 to 5.
Oh.
But you can go 8.
What'd you say? 8.5. So we'll
Well, I
take
was thinking it was 10 to 10. Yeah, I put them in a 4.5 here, pal.
We went to Zach's Max Speed Shop.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Those are best. Those are off
Those
the
are ones
charts.
I got. I brought those a couple weeks ago.
Some smoked ones. That
Oh, yeah.
oh my god, are them
Those are
good.
quite
They're good.
tasty.
And they're big.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're at the top of the hour. Johnny, thank you so much for coming on.
There's Johnny. Thank you.
Offering your
Our new best friend.
championship insight, our new best friend. The most times visited on the show, kind of like Johnny Carson and Letterman used to do. So right now Johnny Benson's leading with three visits. That's good.
Right.
So, but yeah, thanks for giving your insight. It was great. I
We
love
always
it.
have fun with you.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it's good, and your insight's great.
fun.
And, you're very good at this. Warren, congratulations on the Xfinity Championship.
Thank you.
And
Austin Cindric, good job.
that's good. I
And all the
appreciate
boys.
that. And I'll be sending out resumes this week again. So appreciate everybody. All right. Well,
Don't forget to click on any of our ads on
go
our
on the
website.
website. Click on the website, do that. And, merchandise. And what else do we have? YouTube. Go watch that.
Merry Christmas.
No,
we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Don't know.
We're not even close there.
We're not close. So anyhow,
It is almost keg season.
huh?
So just so everybody knows,
Where'd that go?
Most people go with Thanksgiving.
Kegs. Wait, excuse me.
so here's what I
want to hear kegs.
normally I travel. So when I come off the road,
Yeah.
the week of Thanksgiving, I stop drinking bottled beer and I put a keg in a kegerator,
Okay.
and then I'm drinking draft beer
Oh.
from then until the 1st.
Got it. So it's kegs.
So it'll be keg season. We might still have the bucket, but I'm probably gonna have a pitcher of beer sitting here.
It's
some of
keg
our
season.
shows.
Didn't realize that holiday.
Keg
was in there.
season, yeah. Well,
Sorry.
it's a
Got it.
it's a
Right.
Wisconsin thing.
Get the mini
Yeah.
one. We'll set a mini one.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it won't last.
All right. Should we say it?
Well, no, I mean just for the advertising.
Oh yeah, right. We can do that.
Yeah. The clocks are chiming there, so let's.
All right. Good night, Dick.
Good night. Good night, Dick. Good night, Dick. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Appreciate it. Stay safe.
Johnny, I gotta say, I love saying it.
Wow. Hey, another great show.
Great
Thank
show.
you so much, everybody,
Yep.
for tuning
Enjoyed
in.
it.
We appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday night, and Warren, I think the guests we've had have been fantastic.
Phenomenal.
And the people that are following us, we appreciate it. We're reaching 42,000 people a month. Can you believe that? And we appreciate you watching. And
Right. We're having fun. Hope everybody else enjoys it.
that's it. It's just a fun show. Bucket of beer. Guys sitting around talking about it. So keep tuning in. We appreciate it. Check out our store and everything. But we appreciate you people, and we will see you next week. Right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you next week.